we work with our clients, we typically set up a specific criteria that answers the question, is this good business? Is this something I want to pursue? Have they invested in it in the past? What's their sense of urgency? Does it map to our sweet spot from a revenue perspective? And then literally it could be geographical. That would it map to something that we can service? So, there is usually a criteria in place to kind of determine, is it good business to pursue? Let's say that you know that they're actually using what you're selling. Ultimately, what you're going to be looking at then also is from what's your sweet spot, meaning that is a good business. And so if you look back on what you've sold in the past, does the investment look like it's going to map to what you've sold in the past? Is it going to be worth the investment of time? Then what you're going to be looking at is, again, what's the sense of urgency from the customer's perspective? Are they happy and satisfied with what they're using today? If that's the case, then it may be a situation where you're probably not going to want to invest a tremendous amount of time. However, again, if there's a little bit dissatisfaction, then that's a good time to create the need. However, if it's all the way to I am totally dissatisfied, you know they're going to be looking at other people and other vendors to bring in to literally, it's going to be more competitive in that situation. For my company, we're a training organization, so I've got to make sure that the company has invested in training in the past, and or do they just have their people kind of learn through osmosis on what works and what doesn't work. So once I've determined, is this company value human capital as far as an investment in the salespeople, what I'll then look at is who their current provider is. Are they satisfied with that provider? Or are they a little bit dissatisfied with their provider? Or are they happy with the provider, yet I can establish a beachhead and provide something a little bit different within that organization? I also look at the number of salespeople that they have. So my sweet spot is typically anywhere from 100 to 100 or to 200 salespeople. So that's my ideal client, because that's an organization that's going to make a significant investment in their team to drive results. Lastly is, am I creating that demand or am I servicing the demand? So literally, if I have to go in there and create the opportunity that they don't even know they have a problem, the sales cycle is significantly longer. However, if they are a little bit dissatisfied, they know they need performance improvement, my selling cycle is significantly shorter. And then I know I said last, but also I want to just mention that an ideal client also happens to be a past client. So if I've worked with an individual at another organization, that becomes a higher priority. That becomes an A opportunity for me. If it's a referenced client where they're pursuing me, the probability of winning is significantly higher. So even if it's not the size of deal that you want, literally it becomes a higher priority because you're being referenced in and they're pursuing you. On the other hand, if it's an RFP type approach, then the priority becomes probably in a wide range of selling environments, but in my selling environment, I won't pursue a RFP. And so the question then is, what's the priority if it's an RFP for a customer? It depends on how often you win those. If it's a 1 in 10 opportunity, then you prioritize it lower and then proactively try to sell it and go around the RFP and get in there. Otherwise, literally, in an RFP situation, and you didn't write it, you know that you're behind the 8 ball. When I'm evaluating a client, you absolutely have to use some leeway with regard to flexibility. And here's why. Because some of our biggest clients were services that we hadn't provided in the past. And that way, as we kind of looked at it, it didn't perfectly fit our model, but they became great clients where it allowed the criteria actually to expand because you had some flexibility on how you pursued that opportunity.